Hello, starters. It's Steve Kelly. It's 1 o'clock on a Sunday here live in the Start Facebook group page. Hope everyone's okay. I pop on here every Sunday when I can, just to give a bit of a team chat, a bit of a hello. You might have seen me at 12 o'clock in Michael Heppel's How to Be Brilliant group. I try and do a completely different topic and also related to what some of the starters have been asking for and saying. We have had some great new members join us, and I've tried to keep up and say hi and bring them on board when I can. I've got another group of people who don't answer the star questions to start off in the group. And the reason why I ask those star questions is to make sure everybody is right for the group. So if you are recommending people to join, absolutely amazing. Please keep recommending people to join via our social media tagline. So at Start the Group and as well as Insta at Start the Group as well on Instagram. But please make sure you tell people to fill in all the membership questions. And the reason why we have the membership questions is to stop us being spammed. And I like to protect the members of the Start group to make sure, when you join this group, you don't get messages saying, can you do this? Can you do that? In fact, I've just had something on Instagram. I had someone message me, hi, like your work. You think, great, fantastic. And email the email back. Great. What are you particularly interested in? And then the next one, well, I'm interested. I saw the word retail mentioned once. And I thought, I've never talked about the word retail mentioned once. And then the person tried to start to sell me a get quick rich package via Instagram. And I just said no and took them off the Instagram, because it's not about that. And that's what the Start group is not about. The Start group is about supporting each other to start, to continue, to keep momentum and get stuff done. And we've had a couple of people who have been asking about a couple of specific things. One is about procrastination. I definitely will be dealing with that. The second one is how to start a fitness program and how to be fit and healthy. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not amazingly fit and healthy myself, but I certainly have strategies that people have used to get themselves back into fitness. We've had some amazing successes with people who've been doing decluttering projects and the Start Challenge. So lots of fantastic things in the group. And I would recommend anyone who's a new member, and welcome, is to go back and have a look at the videos and go back. And don't forget, when people are posting and when people are putting things into the group, pop in and say hi and say hello and put on, give them a comment, give them a like. And if you are watching me, don't forget to pop in the chat and say hi if you're watching me now, or if you're watching at another time, why not pop on and just say hi again when you're watching another time and put #watch. I'm going to take a sip of water. So what I'm talking about today, well, what's interesting today is I've got lots to do at the minute. And I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, which is an emotion that you feel. You get an emotion and your body starts to feel it. And I'm starting to get a bit overwhelmed. I've got too much to do. So usually when that happens, what I do is something called a brain dump. And I get a big pad of paper out and I dump everything onto a pad or on my iPad, and then start to go through and start to see which is the most urgent, and if it needs to be done quickly, like pay the bill or speak to the bank or whatever, or do that. There isn't many urgent things actually when you come down to it, and they're usually urgent because you've left them. So I don't usually leave things to the last minute. And then you think what's important, and you start to strip out them and you look at those things. So that's what I've been doing. And one of the things I do for fun, and it is fun for me, and apologies if anyone gets offended about what I'm going to say. For fun, I actually like to look at my horoscopes. And I look at my horoscopes on a Sunday, and there's two particular people I look at because they just seem to resonate. I don't know, with some with me. And I just for fun like to put on. So I looked on today's, and lo and behold, today's was all about not being overwhelmed. Something about getting everything done. Shock, horror, I was going to say the horrors or the scopes, I'm not quite sure. The astrological stars were telling us this. Now, if you believe that, that's absolutely fine. I'm a little bit skeptical, but I do go and have a look. So there must be something there about intention. There must be something there about the universe. I'm not sure what it is, But anyway, I looked. And I looked today and it was amazing. So I looked at Russell Grant's today. Now, Russell Grant is an astrologer in the UK. And I've just put it on the screen. I'm going to put my horoscope for today on the screen and just talk about the 3 points that they raise. And, this is a great journal activity. Now, we've been doing something called journaling, challenging people to run a journal for the next 30 days. And I might write about this in my journal later when I go and do that. So here's my horoscope, and I've broken it into 3 bits, okay? So the first one was this. You might wish you had a magic wand to wave so everything you have to do today can be done at once. Didn't I just say that? I was feeling overwhelmed. Number 2, don't rush, as this could lead to careless mistakes and less will be actually accomplished. 3, accept any offer that is offered, accept any help that is offered, and deal with one job at a time. That was Russell Grant, and he told me that in my horoscope today. Wowzer. So let's break those 3 things down with a start hat on, shall we? With the start mentality. So number 1, you might wish you had a magic wand to wave so everything you have to do today and can get it all done at once. Isn't that so true? There's so much information, so much stuff that comes at us. I've got some internet courses that I'm doing and some groups I'm involved with at the moment. And there's just lots to do. And I feel guilty that I'm not doing them. And look what I'm doing. I'm starting to feel emotions. I'm feeling guilty, I've just said. I feel there's lots to do. I'm feeling overwhelmed. And if I can wave a magic wand, it'd all go away, as my horoscope says today. Well, what is the magic wand? Well, the magic wand for me is getting it all out on paper. But the other magic wand is about accepting that you can't do it all at once. You can't. And some things will never get done. And I have to be okay with that. I have to accept that. I have to acknowledge that. I have to be grateful for that I've got this amazing to-do list of things to do, and people want to hear me speak or want to read what I'm writing or want to engage with me in a group. I've got much admiration for the people in these groups that I've been looking at, and it's fantastic. And I'm very grateful to have them in my life. Very grateful to have a house, the grass needs cutting. Very grateful that, I need to sort out this, I need to sort out that. I'm very grateful for the work I do. But of course, I'm never all going to get it done, am I? And the magic wand, I think, there is being grateful that I've got all that work. And then the next sort of process is, right, get down on paper, get it all out and just see what I need to do, because you can't do it all and you can't do it all at the same time. So picking out those priorities is my little learning from that part of the horoscope. What about the second part? Well, don't rush, as this could lead to careless mistakes and less will actually be accomplished. So true. When you rush into things and you break things, or you rush into doing, you don't do it well, and then you have to spell check it again. You have to spell check it 4 times, and you have to begin, relooker and stop what you're doing and all that. That gets in the way, doesn't it? So don't rush in, and make those careless mistakes. And, that's a stopper or a barrier. Now, I'm not saying please, I'm not saying be perfect. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is be prepared. If you look at the way somebody, if you look at a particular Chinese chef, for example, who cooks Chinese food, what they do is they know that when that wok gets really hot and ready to cook, you've got to have your ingredients ready. And that's what wok cooking is, isn't it? If you think about a wok on a burner, it's very warm, it's very hot. And what you do is you put in the ingredients quickly, but you've got to have prepared those ingredients before. You've got to have chopped up your spring onions, or your scallions, and they call it in America, I think. You've got to have chopped up any meat or some tofu ready. You've got to have the different sauces, your soya sauce and your plum sauce and your loveliness sauce ready. Because once that hot wok is ready. That's cook time. That's get going. And your meal's made very quickly, isn't it? When you use a wok, it's cooked very quickly, but the preparation takes the key. So for me, the learning for this one is about not rushing into things and actually thinking about what you're going to do before you do it, and prepare. And what are the little steps, the little chunks before you get to those parts of what you're trying to do. And then my last part of the horoscope was this: accept any help is offered and deal with one job at a time. Brilliant. I've just said I'm part of all these groups. All these people can help me. If I ask for help, I'm sure I'll get help. And you know what? I need your help is one of the greatest sentences in the world. I need your help. And you'd be you'd be amazed actually how many people say, oh, how can I help? So if I've got to read something or write something, I can send it to somebody, can't I? If I've got to do a bit in the garden, I can grab someone. I can also pay for someone to do my garden. And I'm in a very privileged, please believe me, a very privileged position to be in that point. But actually, taking the stress away, taking that away from it and getting someone else to do it and pay them to do it actually is more productive than me doing it. Same goes with now. I'm sorry if there's anybody who likes ironing. I'm not a particular person who likes ironing. And I sometimes have to wear, not so much nowadays, but I have to wear dress shirts. When I'm presenting or I'm going to meetings or I'm doing that type of stuff. And I used to spend hours on a Sunday ironing. You know what I do now? I pay for someone to do them. And it's not that expensive, actually, when I compare it to what I am doing. So me paying someone to do my ironing is great for me because I can focus on other things. What other little things could you do? What other little tasks, little jobs that you can ask for help? Or actually, you can make it easier. Is there an easier way of doing it if you're more prepared? Like email, for example, you get loads of email. Is the easiest way to batch them all together and pick a time block in your day that you could do your email all at once. That just makes it easier because you're in email mode rather than trying to do this mode or get notifications or etc. So could you make the job easier? And lastly, do one thing at a time. It's a great tip, isn't it? It's a great tip just to focus half an hour on this. And I've done that this morning. I've had a couple of jobs around the house which I've needed to done. And I've just said, right, I'm going to spend half an hour doing this, half an hour doing this, and then that's done for the day. And I'll come on and speak here in the Start Facebook group to just talk about my horoscopes and what I found. And as I said to you at the very start, this group is not about, it's about learning, the learning and sharing. That's what I'm doing now. But it's take on these ideas. You just think about them and how, you could use them in your life. So to remind you what we did, we basically said I was going to look at my horoscopes today, which I do for a bit of fun. And they said about they said about don't wish shed a magic wand, accept that you can't do it all, and do a bit of a mind dump and get it out of your head. They said, don't rush into things, but they definitely didn't say don't plan. Planning and preparation is key, and make sure you use your time well and you invest your time well. And lastly, accept any help from others or any help by doing things simpler and or breaking it down and just do one thing at a time. I think there's some brilliant advice there from the horoscopes today from Russell Grant, and I thank him if he watches Start, if he's a member of Start. I hope he is. Maybe he'll join now. Maybe he'll join on social media at Start the Group and in Instagram and Facebook. I'm wishing you guys a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Try and pick 5 things this week that you can get over the line by Friday. That's a really good sense of accomplishment. For those people that have joined and asked me about, weight loss or decluttering, it starts one step at a time. So if you exercise, don't try and do it all. Walk from your house to 1 lamppost to 2 lampposts to 3 to 4 and start building up that exercise habit. You're building up a habit in your head as well as your body. So your head, basically your thought, you're building up that thought in your mind, you're transferring it to your body, and then your emotions start and add and keep going and keeps that momentum going. You feel good about yourself. So you truly are using your mind, body, and spirit. And that's a great tip to everybody. Right, I've been on for 15 minutes. That's enough, I think, starters. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to tell your friends about the group and share it with people. If you're watching me live, please say hi down below. If you're watching me another time, that's okay. Hashtag replay. And when you do watch me live,